Hey there, my hustlers, and welcome back to Diamond's Hustle. Now, look, guys, if you're tired of that 9-to-5 grind and being stuck at a desk, then if you're really looking for a real way to boost your income, maybe even something you can start pretty much today, well, what if I told you that there's a whole industry out there actively looking for people where you could actually make decent money? Think of it as anywhere from $20 to $50 or even more for fairly short assignments, all by just visiting properties, taking some photos, and noting what you see. And that sounds kind of interesting to me, right? Now, stick with me because I'm going to break down 5 field inspector gigs that actually offer surprisingly good pay and a lot of flexibility for you guys who are looking for that opportunity. Now, a field inspector could be that awesome side hustle or even a new career path you haven't really thought about. So basically, you're out there being the eyes and ears for companies like banks, insurance firms, and property managers. They need someone really to check on properties, so see if anyone's living there or just get a general idea of the situation from a distance. And that's where you step in. So the great thing about that job is the entry barrier is pretty low. So often you don't need any special licenses or degree to really jump in. You just really do usually what you really do, right? So what it is usually you need a reliable way to get around, a smartphone with a decent camera, internet access, and a good eye for detail. And some companies might do a quick background check on you as well to do this particular opportunity. Now, they do say the actual work can be super different from one day to the next. So you might be doing something outdoors for a photo shoot that just takes about 10 to 15 minutes, or you could actually be doing more thorough interior checks. And I'm talking about inspections as well for places like mortgage companies, insurance claims, commercial buildings, even checking on vehicles. And the pay, it really can add up, right? Individual gigs might range anywhere from $10 to over $100 an hour, depending on how complex it is and who you're actually working with. Now, if you think that you can actually manage a few of these in a day, you could be looking at some serious income. So with that being said, today I want to zoom in on these 5 specific companies that can actually help you get started in this field and really get paid. So I'm going to tell you what they do, what kind of money you can expect, and how you can actually sign up right now and actually start working from day one. So let's go ahead and check out that first opportunity to see if it's one that you might be interested in. So let's go ahead and check it out. All right, guys, so the first one is going to be for Society of Field Inspectors, or SoFi, as most people call it. Now, if you're looking for a solid place to begin and connect with others, then SoFi is pretty much a big deal. They're known as the oldest and largest networking group for field inspectors in the U.S., starting way back in the 1992 era. By Richard and Adoran Law. Now, don't think of SoFi as a company that directly gives you a job. Instead, they're more like a giant matchmaker. They really connect inspectors, which would be you, with all sorts of hiring companies in different areas. So think mortgage, insurance, commercial stuff, property upkeep, and even mystery shopping. They say they cover over 250 type of inspections as well. Now, one of the best things about SoFi, membership is going to be totally free. You just need to sign up and boom, you're listed in their National Field Service Directory, which they say gets updated every day. Now, this directory is what hiring companies browse to find inspectors in certain areas, but it's not just about the listings. SoFi also has tons of training resources, and members get to help with their resume as well. Now, a big 400-page inspection handbook and access to SoFi University as well. And that's got over 10 gigabytes of training stuff. So you can download it like audio or video guides, they say. They even offer marketing tools like a professionally built resume and consultant calls as well to really help you figure out how to get those first few jobs. Plus, they also mentioned that direct membership from the founders who are experienced in field inspectors themselves. So really, if you want to know how do you actually get on board with SoFi, it's super easy. All you have to do is go to their website, which I'm showing you guys right now, and then you are going to go ahead and hit this join now button. Now, once you do that, you're going to go ahead and fill out the form. Now, once you're signed up, you can start using their directory and find companies and really get into their training materials from day one. Now, what I really like about the work, right, and the pay, you might find through SoFi as well, pretty much the inspections, right? They can cover anything from houses and commercial buildings to different insurance and property preservation tasks. Now, commercial inspections, like checking on a business, usually pays more, typically in between $25 to $250 range per gig, with lots of them falling between $25 to $60. Now, a standard business check might pay around $35 to $40 an hour and only takes you about 10 to 15 minutes to actually do. Now, what's really great for beginners is that most of the jobs you find through SoFi Connections don't need to have prior experience or special insurance. The hiring companies usually give you all the forms and instructions you need, so it's pretty friendly and it's an easy way for you to get started. Now, if you guys want to apply for SoFi, you can do that. But I also have some more that I want to share with you guys as well. So let's go ahead and check out that next field inspector opportunity, because honestly, I think that y'all could apply for all of them. So let's go ahead and check them out. All right, so this one next up is going to be photoinspection.com. And yeah, you guessed it from the name. This one is all about photo assignments. So it's a national platform that mainly links inspectors with clients in insurance, mortgage, and banking who need clear pictures of properties and simple condition reports. Now, if you're handy with your smartphone camera and can follow directions, then this actually might just be right up your alley. Now, they say they have over 11,000 inspectors using their online platform. So how it works is pretty straightforward, right? You accept jobs through their online portal or maybe an app. Then you pop over to the property, snap about 5 to 10 photos based on what the client needs, fill out a quick, easy form with basic notes and upload it. You're usually on site for a very short time, often just about 5 to 15 minutes, they say. Which is pretty easy and pretty quick. Now, this means you can definitely stack a few jobs in a day if they're close to each other. As far as the money, typically photoinspection.com gigs pay between $10 and $45 each, which really is not bad. They do also say typical photoinspection.com gigs pay between $10 and $45 each. More often, you'll probably see them in the $15 to $25 range. What you can actually get paid can really depend on things like where you are and pretty much how many photos they need and how urgent or tricky the assignment is. Now, to make the most of it, inspectors using this platform try to group jobs in the same area to save pretty much time on travel. Now, what are some good points about working with the photoinspection.com website is, well, the jobs are usually quick and simple, so it's super flexible and can fit around whatever else that you actually got going on. It's also pretty easy to get started. Now, if you got a reliable smartphone with a decent camera and your own ride, then you're basically good to go. You don't need fancy equipment or tons of experience for these photo focus gigs. Now, the downside is pretty much the pay per job can be a bit low, especially if you have to drive a long way for just one assignment. Now, gas and car maintenance can definitely cut into your earnings if you're not smart about which jobs you take. Also, the platform is more about connecting you to work than holding your hand. So training and tech support might be a bit limited. So you'll need to be okay figuring things out on your own, sometimes they say. Now, as far as a couple of tips, if you go onto their website, photoinspection.com, really don't feel like you have to take every job. Keep that in mind, right? You don't have to take every job that you see. Try to really stick to assignments in your local area to keep travel costs down. And if you get a chance, see if the rates can actually be negotiated, especially once you've built up a good reputation. Grouping your jobs efficiently is really good, and it's going to be the key to making good money with this website. Now, with that said, we are about to check out that next opportunity. So again, like I'm telling you guys, apply for all of them. Honestly, if I were you, I would just apply for all of them and see which one get back to me the soonest. So let's go ahead and check out number 3. The third one is going to be IViewIt. Now, if you gotta be smart about it, right? So, with this opportunity, they bring a modern app-based style to field inspection. So it's a crowdsourcing platform. So you sign up through their app that they call it, and then you can look for and claim available jobs, which they call views near you. Now, the drill is to go to the location, snap photos, like pretty much they tell you to do, fill out a survey in the app, and then send it all in to get reviewed and then get paid. Now, IViewIt, say they actually work with a mix of clients, and some of those clients are, so they deal with so many different industries, right? Which can be mortgage companies, insurance folks, property managers, and even retail businesses. Now, these clients are looking for quick on-demand visual proof about their properties or assets. So what can you actually earn on the job, they say? Now, as far as something that you can earn is most of the jobs on the IViewIt pay between $7 to $50, but the average is usually more about $10 to $15 per gig. Now, one thing that really makes IViewIt stand out is how fast they actually pay. Now, it says viewers often say that they get their money through PayPal super quick, sometimes in minutes or at most within 24 hours after their view gets approved. Now, that's fast cash, and that is going to be a big plus for a lot of people. And then to really make IViewIt work for you, there are a couple of things to keep in mind. You'll want to keep your viewer rating up, ideally 80 to 85% or higher to really become a preferred viewer, they say, which I don't think really is difficult to do for you guys. Now, this status, they do say, can get you early access to new views, which is nice work. So especially if there's a lot of competitors in your area. There's also a $10 background check, but IViewIt says they refund it after you actually pass and complete 6 assignments. Now, doing those first few assignments also helps open up more job opportunities in the app. So you do need to be over 18, sorry. I was going to tell you ain't got to be over 18. But you do have to be over 18, have a driver's license, car insurance, and of course a smartphone for the app. So as far as the pros of this opportunity, it's going to be those super fast payouts. They're definitely a big one. The freedom to work when and where you want by just picking gigs from the app. And it's also awesome, right? And in some areas, IViewIt might have more jobs available than some other platforms as well. But as always, there are going to be some cons with this opportunity. Now, the pay for each job can be on the low side, particularly when you think about travel time and gas. So some users have mentioned running into the app glitches or having a tough time with customer support, though others say they're pretty responsive. And like I said, preferred viewers get first pick of the job. So if you're new or your rating isn't top notch, you might not see as many views, especially if you're in a busy area. So to do well with IViewIt, you gotta be smart about it. Try to group your jobs by location to really cut down on travel. Pay really close attention to the job details and any time, so you can actually keep your ratings high, which is what you want to do, and begin quick to grab good views when they actually pop up. That is going to be key to this website here. Now, moving on to number 4. Now, number 4 is going to be with Spectrum Field Services. This is 4th on my list. And these guys are pretty well-known name in the inspection world, offering a wide variety of services all over the country, right? So they do residential and commercial inspections, help with property preservation, REO, foreclosure stuff, SBA sites, visits, you name it. They started actually back in 1987, which they've been around for a while. So Spectrum has a long history of working with banks, mortgage lenders, insurance companies, and real estate firms. And just a heads up, this is Spectrum Field Services. Now, the inspection company, not the TV and internet company Spectrum. So easy mix up, but they're different Spectrum companies, right? Now, Field Service does hire folks as independent contractors for their inspection gigs. Now, as far as the pay, a Spectrum Field Service, from what I've seen, the average pay is around $25.53, usually falling somewhere between $23.74 and $28.59, but that can change based on your role and where you are. Now, some specific commercial property inspections may pay per job anywhere from $50 to $300, which really is not bad at all, depending on how completed they are. And since you're an independent contractor, you'll get a 1099 form. So, what are the good things about working with the Spectrum, right? A big one is flexible scheduling. Now, as a contractor, you generally get to pick the jobs and hours that actually suit you. Spectrum is also known for giving pretty good training and support that can actually mean one-on-one help and detailed guides, which is awesome if you like having a bit more direction, which some of us do, and I get that. Now, people also say that they have nice, friendly vibe and a solid reputation in the business. Now, on the flip side of that, being an independent contractor means that you usually don't get things like health insurance or paid vacation. Your pay really is based on the work that you do. Now, if jobs make you travel a lot, the pay for that specific gig might not feel like much after you factor in expenses. And then some contractors also have mentioned that payment timing can sometimes be a bit inconsistent. So that's something to keep an eye on as well if you are interested in this opportunity. Now, Spectrum Field Services is a good fit if you're looking for flexible, contract-based work with a stable, reputable company, especially if you're not too worried about traditional employee benefits to get started. You can check out their website as well, which is going to be in the link below, and look for their jobs. Join their network section. That's where you will actually find the info on what you're actually looking for and really how to apply for these opportunities. Now, they're often on the hunt for experienced, independent individuals as well. Well, I should call them independent contractors for different kinds of inspections and property preservation jobs as well. So if you are interested in this opportunity, all you need to do is click on Join Our Network. From there, you would just fill in the information and you would want to do residential inspection, okay? Now, moving on to that final opportunity that I do want to share with you guys. And lastly, we have Velocity REO, which you might also see called Velocity Field Services. Now, these guys do a bunch of different inspection types like BPO, that's broker price opinion, and REO, which is going to be real estate owned. Now, photography, mortgage inspections, checking if properties are occupied, keeping an eye on construction progress, vehicle inspections, and commercial site audits. They're all over the place pretty much. Now, reportedly working in over 8,300 cities across the U.S. And they send you out to the closest available agent job. Now, when it comes to what you can actually earn with this opportunity is looking around $24.50, generally ranging from $22.80 to $27.40. And then some contractors with Velocity REO have said that they make $800 or even more a week, especially when things are busy. So if you can get that steady stream of work, the income can be pretty good. And some of the upsides of working with Velocity REO is you do get that flexible schedule, which we all love. I love a flexible schedule. That's going to be a huge big plus, right? And you can usually take jobs that are convenient for you, often right in your own zip code. They're also known for paying reliable every week, usually through PayPal, and they often cover the PayPal fees, which I say is nice, right? I mean, not a lot of people do that. Now, as far as a lot of users, right, say that they're on their online portal and it's going to be really easy to use. And the company apparently gives good support when you're first getting started. Now, for the possible downside, right, because every company is going to have a downside, right? The amount of work can be a bit of up and down. So that's pretty common in the field of inspections, right? And it can be especially true if you're in a more rural area. Now, if you end up with a bunch of small jobs that make you drive all over, the pay per job might not feel that great after you count your expenses. And like with any platform, some folks have mentioned occasional hiccups with customer support. There have also been a few mentions of safety concerns if people at a property aren't told an inspector is coming. Though to be fair, that's a risk that you can actually run into anywhere in the field and not just with Velocity. Now, how do you actually get started with Velocity REO? Usually you'll need to send in some sample photos for them to really approve. They do this to make sure that their picture taking skills are up to snuff. Now, once they actually see your photos and they're good to go, they're going to give you that green light. You can start taking assignments through your system. You can find more info by searching Velocity Field Services and really looking for their vendor or contractor sign-up pages. They're often looking for reliable field agents who are good with the camera, have their own transportation and internet access as well. Now, with that being said, there you go. These are going to be 5 different field inspection companies that give you a real shot at making some extra cash with flexible hours. Now, we talked about SoFi for networking and learning the ropes, photoinspection.com for those quick photo jobs, IViewIt with this fast app-based system, Spectrum Field Services if you like a more traditional contractor setup with a solid company, and Velocity REO for a variety of jobs and quick pay. Now, which one of these honestly is catching your eye, right? Are you thinking about app-based gigs are the way to go for you, or does a more structured setup with the company sound better? Drop me a comment below and let me know. I love to hear what you guys think, or if you've already tried a field inspection gig, tell me about your experience if you have. And hey, if this breakdown was helpful for you, do me a favor, give this video a big thumbs up. If it really talked to you, love it. It really helps my channel if you give it a thumbs up as well, right? Now, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell too, so you never miss out on any more tips about side hustles, work from home opportunities, or just ways to make money and making your cash work smarter for you. Now, if you want me to talk more about any of these companies or how to get started, let me know in the comments too. I would love to talk about it with you. Now, with that being said, getting started as a field inspector is actually easier than a lot of folks realize. It's a pretty unique way to earn money, usually on your own terms, and it can be an awesome way to add to your income or even switch careers entirely. The main thing is to check out each company, see what they actually need from you, and be smart about how you handle your time and your jobs. And here's a tip. Signing up with a few different companies can often mean more steady work. So with that being said, thanks a bunch, y'all, for watching, and I really hope that this helps you out. If you decide to give the field inspection a shot, good luck, and let me know how it goes, and I will see you in the next video. All right, bye.